Hey, I know this won't game popular, but I follow where your light goes. I know it's you, nothing impossible. Connected to my armor, bro, shining like a light bulb.
RUMAMUYAHUAH, BARAK Yahuwah, who is YAHUSHA, Hallelujah. Hey, Shalom, Shalom, beloved family of Yahuwah. This is your beloved Watchman Azar Yahu, back with you guys again, coming off week vacation, BARAK Yahuwah. Yes, coming off a week vacation, the feast of Sakut, RUMAMUYAHUAH, was enjoying the feast of Yahuwah, dedicating that week to Yahuwah, BARAK Yahuwah. So that's the reason why we hadn't uploaded anything, BARAK Yahuwah. But we're back now. All this seemed to be Yahuwah. Hope everyone had a grand time, a grand feasting in Yahuwah, grand feast days, especially the fall feast, BARAK Yahuwah. And, we just got to keep focused on Yahuwah and not paying attention to these distractions, because we know during those times we had a lot of distractions going on, a lot of, nonsense, disorder taking place in the world. But we just got to keep our eyes focused on Yahuwah and not pay any attention to these distractions. RUMAMUYAHUAH. So we just got to give Yahuwah our all when we come towards each day. Each day that we get the chance to see, we got to give Yahuwah our all, because we don't know when it will be our last. We don't know what's really coming next right now. We don't know when that's going to happen, BARAK Yahuwah. So all this seems to be Yahuwah, BARAK Yahuwah. Now on today's video, BARAK Yahuwah, won't be long. I'm going to do this in 2 parts, so it's not long, BARAK Yahuwah. In today's video, we'll be doing the Shama. I'll be showing you guys the Shama in the Abri tongue and the pronunciation of each word. In part 2, I'll give you the meanings for most of the words, because most of the words you guys already know. So just a few words that will be there that you probably don't know about. So in this part 1, I'll walk through the Shama with you guys, BARAK Yahuwah, so you can pronounce each word and do the Shama in the Abri tongue, because I know there are videos out there with the Shama, but most of these Shamas are in the modern Hebrew. They're contaminated with letters that are not in Hebrew, like the word Shama, they say Shema. And for Yasharal, they say ISRAE Lamad, or whatever else they say. So there are a lot of Shamas out there, but I haven't really seen one that's in the pure Abri tongue. And this is why I was led to do this, so everyone can have it in the pure Abri tongue, RUMAMUYAHUAH. So I'm going to walk you through each words, RUMAMUYAHUAH, then we'll do the Shama together at the end of the video, RUMAMUYAHUAH. So the first word is easy, Shama. You already know that. You already have that down. Yasharal, you already know that. Yahuwah, Alahenu, Yahuwah, Ahad, not Akkad, not Ahad, because I've heard a lot of persons use Ahad. It's not Ahad. There's no E in the Hebrew language. There's no E in the pure Abri tongue. So it's not Ahad or Ehad or whatever you guys want to pronounce it. It's Ahad. Go and watch the videos that I did regarding the Abri tongue, the Abri letters, and you'll learn how to pronounce each letter, especially this letter, especially the hot, the CH, the hot, the 10th wall. Go and watch that video so you can know how to properly pronounce this letter. So these are all easy so far. U with BARAK Yahuwah. Ahabat, Ahabat. At Yahuwah Alaheka. All easy so far. Bakal, La Bab, La Bab Ka. Bakal, La Bab Ka. U Bakal, Na Pash, Na Pash, Na Pash Ka. U Bakal, Mahud, Hud, Mahud, Mahud Ka. Heyu, Heyu. Ha, Dabarim, Dabarim, Dabarim. This is also easy as well. Barak Yahuwah. So far we have the more challenging words are Napashka and Mahudka. So Mahudka, Nahashka, Lababka. All right, Barak Yahuwah. Moving on. Ha-Allah. These are easy. Ashar, Anuka, Mazu, Zu. This is Zu. This is pronounced Zu. You pronounce it, you focus on the Z when pronouncing this letter. It's in the Hebrew, it's one letter, but in English, we get two letters, TZ. This is the Zada. Just like the hat, in Hebrew, it's one letter, but in English, you get two letters, the CH. Just like the Shin, it's one Hebrew letter, but in English, you get two letters, SH. All right? So some of them you focus on one particular letter. Some you pronounce both. Like the Shin, both the S and the H pronounced together. In the Zada, Z, you focus on the Z. Just like the hat, you focus on the H. So this is Mazuka, Mazuka, Mazuka. Hayum, easy. Al, the Babka again. La Babka. U, de barat, de barat. So it's like saying de barat. U de barat. Ba mab shai bat ka. Ba mab shai bat ka. Ba mab shai bat ka. This one is a bit long, but it's easy. You just got to break it up. Just like English, just got to break it up and pronounce, a few of the letters. Then once you get the pronunciation of a few of the letters, then you try to go faster. So you start off slow. Don't try to do it too quick. Don't try to rush. Take your time. Pronounce each of these letters together. Like this one would be ba, mab, she, bat, ka. Bamab, sha, bat, ka. Babab, shai, bat, ka. Some say she, some say shy. Bamab, shai, bat, ka. So take your time when learning the Hebrew. Do not rush. This is something that you don't learn overnight, that you don't learn in 5 hours or 6 hours. You got to take your time. It took me a while to learn this as well. Not a long time, but I didn't learn this in 1 day or 1 week, if you get what I'm saying. Even with our beloved Yeshai, he didn't learn it in 1 day or 1 week as well, Barak Yahuwah, because even though it's the tongue of creation and it's our ancient tongue, it's our ancient language, because we were programmed to learn and speak the English language and other language, our minds are being reprogrammed now. So it's taking a lot from us to get our minds back to that ancient part. So you got to take your time and not rush things and not be too hasty. If you are too hasty, then guess what? You're going to go ahead of Yahuwah's time. You're not going to be patient. So please take your time and learn the Hebrew. If you don't learn to take your time, then guess what? It will become frustrating. And then you'll give up easily. So please take your time. And once you get the hang of it, then you can go a bit faster and faster until you have it under your control. Bamab Shabbatka. So the next word, babit. Babit. Remember, this is like an I, so you can pronounce it that way. So see it as an I. Just imagine if there was an I there. So babit ka. Babit ka. All right. Babit ka. U bal kat ka. Bal kat ka. Ba dar ka. U ba bash, pronounce the bait and the shin. Bash kab ka. bashkabka, u, bakum, or kwam. You can say kum or kwam. Bakwam ka or kum ka. Bakwam ka, u, ka, shar, tam. Kwa, shar, tam. Bakwam ka or bakum ka, u, kwa, shar, tam. All right. La, ut. When you have the wa and the aleph or the ayin, the wa makes the aleph or the ayin silent. So you don't get that ah sound. So you focus on the u. No. Just like the word for light. The word for light is ur, but it's spelled A-U-R. The word for light is ur, spelled A-U-R with the aleph, the wa, and the rash. But it's pronounced ur because you focus on the u. That's why they have the word orb. Orb, the orb of light, that light thingy that they have in those magical movies, you know, that orb. That's where they got the word from, orb. They got it from the Hebrew word, or. So this one would be ut, la ut, al yad ka, u, hey you, hey, just pronounce these three letters, hey, you, la, toot, put, toot, put, la, toot, put, bin, remember, focus on the sound that it makes and then just imagine that letter being there, but do not write that letter there. And this is where a lot of persons go wrong. Because it makes that sound, they write the actual sound there. So if it makes an E sound, they write an E there. So the sound that this letter makes, they write that letter instead of writing the actual letter. Why? Because a lot of persons do not understand the foundation of Abarit, of Hebrew. And that's why these mistakes happen. They are going off the modern Hebrew, which adds the Nakud system, or as I call it, the knockoff system, because that's what it does. It's a knockoff. It's not the authentic. It's not real. So anything that's not real and it copies, it's a knockoff, basically. You're trying to be the real thing. That's a knockoff, a counterfeit. So when they say Nakud system, they're really saying knockoff system, because that's what they're doing. They're throwing you off the Asian part with these vowel points and dots and all this nonsense that they add to it. So with these vowel points, they would change. The vowel point is based on where they place it. If they place it at the left, at the bottom, at the right, or at the top, it can change this B from being a B to a V. Does that make any sense to any of you? One dot changes a letter from B to V. But when you look at it in the Hebrew, when you look at it in the Hebrew, in the modern, in the Paleo, and in the Picto, it doesn't change. So why in English does it change? Do you see the deception behind this again? In Hebrew, the name of Yahuwah does not change, whether you look at it in Paleo, modern, or Asian, Picto. But in English, they want to change his name. So it's the same thing that they did with the language as well. They change the letters. Why? Because they don't want you to know the real truth. They don't want you to have the Asian tongue, because they know what can happen if you should start use most of these ancient Hebrew words. For example, demons messing around in your environment, or there's a situation going on. If you can use some Hebrew words when praying or saying simple things like this, even though it's not simple, but what I mean by it's just 2 words. It's not like I'm giving you 10 words in Hebrew. All I'm saying is Yahuwah Gahar Atah. Gahar is the Hebrew word for rebuke. Atah means you. Shadim or Shad. Shad means demon. Shadim means demons. So Yahuwah Gaharata Shadims. Yahuwah rebuke you demons or demon. It sounds simple, but it's really powerful. I use it a lot. Use it a lot, and demons, they flee because they have to obey Yahuwah. Because I'm not saying I rebuke. I can't rebuke. Yahuwah is the one that rebukes. So Yahuwah is doing the rebuking. So if I say Yahuwah rebuke you, that's Yahuwah's will that I'm speaking into the spiritual atmosphere or realm. So you don't have to know 50 words in Hebrew to pray in Hebrew with 50 words pure. You can change some of these words, especially these so-called praise words in English. Most of them are names of pagan mighty ones. So do not follow most of these Hebrew languages out there because they have been corrupted by the Jewish people, by the elites, by the beasts. They have been corrupted by Hashatan. Please go research and study the ancient Hebrew, and it will not lead you astray. So this right here would be bin. So it's a Y, not an I or an E. Bin and a nika. Anika. So toot put bin a nika bit ka. Bashar ka. So la toot put bin anika bit ka. Bashar ka. Last word, last final parts. That's the end. That's the Shama from Deuteronomy 6, verse 4 to 9. Barak Yahuwah. Now, as you can see, there's a full stop. Now, this part is Baruch, which is easy. You already know. Baruch ata Adonai. Now, Adonai. There's no O in the Hebrew as well. So, Adonai Alahenu Yahuwah Malach Halam Bahasham Yahuwah Yahusha Aman. So that's us closing out the Shama in Yahuwah, giving praise and esteem, exaltation to Yahuwah Yahusha, and closing the prayer out in his name. In the name of Yahuwah Yahusha Aman, so be it, let it be so. Because this is a form of prayer as well. The Shama is a form of prayer as well. So let's go back over Barak Yahuwah, and let's do this a bit faster. RUMAMUYAHUAH. So it reads as follows: Shama Yasharal, Yahuwah Alahenu, Yahuwah Ahad, U Ahabat at Yahuwah Alaheka, Bakal Lababka, U Bakal Napashka, U Bakal Mahudka, U Eyu Ha Dabarim, Ha Allah Ashar Anuka, Mazuka, Hayum Al Lababka, U Debarat, Babab Shabbatka, Babitka, U Balkatka, Badarka, U Bashkabka, U Bakumka, Kwashar Tam, Laut, Al Yadka, U Heyu, La Tutput, Bin Anika, Bitka, Basharka, Barukata Adonai, Alahenu Yahuwah, Maleka Alam, Bahasham Yahuwah Yahusha, Aman, Barak Yahuwah. So, as I said, please take your time, go back over the video, pause, rewind until you get the word. Do not move on until you can pronounce the word properly. So if you have a hard time, let me show you one of the words because I know it's a bit challenging. This one is one of the longest words here. It will be challenging. When you say it slow, It's easy. When you say it slow, it's easy. It's a cakewalk. But if you should try to say it fast, trust me, you might end up biting your tongue. So it's really easy when you say each words slowly. But if you try to say this fast, then it becomes challenging. Ba mab shai batka. Ba mab shai batka. Ba mab shabatka. So when you say it slow, it's easy, but trying to say it fast altogether like that is a bit challenging because you're not really used to it. Unless you are some type of tongue twister person where you can, say long words and not twist up or mess up, then, you would got it locked. But for those who can, those who don't learn as fast, please, this is not a competition. Take your time. It doesn't matter if it takes you a year to learn. Take your time. You will get there. Everyone learns differently. Some persons learn very fast. Some persons learn very slow. It doesn't matter. As long as you learn, as long as you understand, as long as you get it, that's what matters. So, because today we're living in a lifetime, in a society where it's mostly a competition nowadays. Everybody trying to compete. If one person does it within a month, another person is going to try to do it within 3 weeks. Then another person is going to try to do it 2 weeks, 1 week, then 5 days straight. You get what I'm trying to say? It's like everyone's trying to break that record and place their name in the Guinness Book of Records, or try to be on social media that, hey, I did this world record and all this nonsense. It's all a competition nowadays. Who can eat the most? Who can do the most? I mean, look at TikTok, for instance. All these TikTok challenges, everyone trying to do and all that nonsense. It's basically a competition going on. It's a competition going on that most persons don't even realize that they're competing in. And then everyone tries to beat the challenge, and some try to do it faster than some try to do it better than some. So it's just Hashatan trying to get us to compete with each other instead of working with each other. That's the thing. He's trying to get us to compete. Why? Because he wants division. He does not want unity. He doesn't want unity. He wants you to agree to disagree and all that nonsense. He doesn't want you to agree. So we can be defeated one by one because we are stronger together. Come on. The Mosiah Yahuwah says 1 can chase 1,000, 2 can put 10,000 to flight. Think about that. Through the wise man Solomon, he says 2 is better than 1. If you alone is walking and you fall into a hole, no one's around, who's going to pull you out of that hole? But if 2 of you or 3 of you are walking, 1 of you fall into a hole, then the other can work to pull that person out. You work together. It's just like ants. Look at ants. Ants, bees. I mean, ants, they are really small, but I've seen them lift things that are really larger than their bodies, like 10 times larger, 20 times larger. But how do they do this? How do they accomplish this goal? They work together. So this is what Hashatan is really doing with these competitions and this nonsense doctrine of agree to disagree. That's a nonsense doctrine. He's just trying to get you to fall. He's just trying to get you to not stand for something. He's trying to get you to compromise. That's his main goal. Because his main goal is to get us to the pit. He wants us to be where he is and where he is going to be in the last. So take your time. Don't focus on the next person if they learn faster than you. Take your time. You know, someone can learn within a week. You can take 1 month, and even though that person learned it in 1 week and you took a month, you probably, did it where it's a lot more pure than that person. Because that person was just doing it for the fame, for the esteem of mankind, not for the honor of Yahuwah. I've seen that before. I've seen persons, done things, but did they do it with a pure heart? No, their heart was not really in it. They were not doing it for the right reasons or for the right motives. So Focus on you. Focus on Yahuwah. Make sure Yahuwah is pleased with you. As I said, this will be a two-part video, Barak Yahuwah. So as you can see, it's not long. Finishing up now, Barak Yahuwah. So in part two, we'll be walking you through the words to give you what the words mean. Because I know you're just seeing Hebrew words right now. Well, English letters, but Hebrew words. So in part two, we'll walk you through what each word means so you can really understand. Even though all you have to really do is, follow along with the English Bible. So it's not really challenging, but all you have to do is really follow along. So start off Shama, Yasharal, then look in the English Bible and see where Shama is or here. Shama, you already know, Shama means hear or guard. So all you have to do is follow along, and then you will see that this word means this word means that, yada, yada, yada. That's that. So part two will walk you through the words and what they mean. So take your time, go through the video, pause, rewind, play it over, play it 10 times, 100 times if you have to. Doesn't matter, as I said, as long as you get it, as long as your heart is in it and you're giving all the esteem to Yahuwah. You're doing this to the esteem of Yahuwah. You're not doing this to show off. All right? Barak Yahuwah, RUMAMUYAHUAH. We will have more videos coming up as well, for the Shabbat and all that stuff, Barak Yahuwah. So definitely part two will be coming out next week at this same time. Next week at this same time, part two will be coming out, Barak Yahuwah. So all esteem to Abba Yahuwah, RUMAMUYAHUAH, Barak Yahuwah, Yahusha, Allahu Yah, Yada Ata Yahuwah, Yada Yahuwah, Yahusha. Thank you, Abba. Thank you, Abba, Father. And I want to say thanks to everyone that has definitely supported us. We really, really appreciate the support. Barak Yahuwah, we give Yahuwah all the esteem for each and every one of you that are truly, truly giving it your all to serve Yahuwah, especially in these trying times. Thank you all for the support. Continue to, like, share, and subscribe. Barak Yahuwah. Continue to give Yahuwah your all, no matter what is going on around you, despite the circumstances, despite the distractions, despite the hard challenges. Please give it your all. Do not quit. Do not give up. Barak Yahuwah, RUMAMUYAHUAH. We love you all, Mashbaka. And even if you're not in Yahuwah, we still love you as well, as long as you're seeking truth and wanting to have a change of heart. Barak Yahuwah. So even though let Yahuwah Barak Ata U Shamar Ata, which means let Yahuwah show respect unto you and guard you. This is Watchman Azar Yahu, and we're signing out. Shalom, shalom with love. Barak Yahuwah.